is Sydney Sweeney proving that you can be in Hollywood, you can be based, you can have a career, and you no longer have to apologize to the woke mob.
Found this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised by the reaction?
In case you don't know, it was the American Eagle ad, which says, "Jeans make people have blue eyes. I have blue jeans. American Eagle." Apparently, you can be proud to be anything. You can be proud to be Asian, proud to be Korean, Hispanic, Black, trans, whatever, but you just can't be proud to have blue eyes. That's what she's inferring. And since she has blue or maybe green eyes and denounces this, she demands that Sydney Sweeney do the same.
I did a jean ad.
Simple as that. I did a jean ad. I read a script. The fuck you want me to say?
I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but
yeah,
it was. I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great.
She's literally trying to hold her hand and walk her down the path of apologize for being white. Apologize for saying something that might be positive about being white. How dare you step out of line and not march in lockstep with us, of people that are ashamed of our skin color because the woke demands it. Because as soon as she says, you know what? I am proud of being white. I am proud of having an eye color that will likely be extinct in the next, like, however many generations. Like, I think something absurd like green eyes and red hair is likely going to be gone in like 3 generations. That's all it's going to take. And it's like, yeah, my genes will, or like, you know, dark hair, brown eyes, that'll always overtake somebody that does. So it's like, it'll likely be gone in not so many generations. But the idea of, hey, I'm happy that I have blonde hair and blue eyes. That's kind of special. That's unique. That's cool. No, you can't, because it's not about inclusion. It's about hatred of a certain ethnicity.
I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Social about...
Because everything Trump does is bad. Because she could say, water is good. Water is life. And they say, well, this President Trump tweeted about water being good, so obviously you need to denounce it too. Aren't you afraid of the woke activists canceling you? Not anymore after Trump won the popular vote.
The jeans ad. And that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone. And I wondered...
Just because you're afraid of the woke mob doesn't mean someone that is... like, you know, this generation's it girl is afraid of being canceled.
What that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be
possibly because she likes Trump? Possibly because she voted for Trump?
Totally human. I would probably feel like thankful that somebody had my back in public, you know, and conveniently, some very powerful people had my back in public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
I don't think that... It's not that feeling didn't... I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking of it like that.
Yeah, because I don't see the world through the lens of wokeness and fear. Because that's all the left is. It's just because you spent so much of your life canceling people for not passing the left's ever-changing purity test. You're always tiptoeing, wondering, am I going to pass the purity test? Am I okay? Like, you saw that with Asians. Like, obviously not blonde hair, blue eye, I can't see that. But it was the craziest thing ever, where you had a lot of Democrat by default Asians out there that would say, oh, okay, I'm going to, you know, stand in unison with BLM. I'm going to do all the things that the left tells me. I'm going to repeat all the catchy phrases I saw celebrities and social media program me to. And then when inclusion was like, oh, stop Asian hate, like, we're starting to see there's a lot of Asian hate crimes out there. We don't want our elders, we don't want our grandparents to be tackled in the street. And all of a sudden they realize, wait, who's committing these crimes? And then Mohammed Anwar, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's tragic. He is the South Asian Uber Eats driver, I believe, but he's an immigrant, Asian guy, comes over here. He's feeding his family with, I believe it was Uber Eats. I don't want to get it wrong, but during the time of the lockdowns, the BLM riots, 2 black teenagers carjacked him with a taser. They caused his car to skid out, gets ejected from it. He immediately dies. The two girls that were responsible for his death, very callous. All they care about is getting their cell phone out of the car he just got ejected out of. You have National Guardsmen walking around like, oh my God, what happened here? We obviously don't want to be the next Derek Chauvin, so we're not going to detain these ladies here. All of a sudden, overnight, Stop Asian Hate went away because the mainstream media outlets even admitted it, saying, well, Stop AAPI or whatever is harming our other social justice movements. So you know what? Just throw it away. And it's like, it's crazy where you have all these people, blonde hair, blue eyes, marching in lockstep with every single liberal social justice movement they've ever seen for the last however many years. And all of a sudden, now they demand them denounce their own ethnicity, denounce their own religion in some parts. And they are so afraid of the system that they built. They're so afraid of, you know what? I spent all my life canceling all these other people for just, not passing the purity test. I am more willing to denounce my own ethnicity, my family, my own people than be canceled. And that's the sad part, is they're still afraid. But then you have Sydney Sweeney saying, you know what? We don't have to live like this, guys.
Like, of any of it. I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria. So.
Yeah, when you actually have a job and you're busy, you have like, you're touching grass, you're accomplishing tasks. And you're not accomplishing tasks. You're living out your little dreams. You don't have time to look at social media and say, oh, okay, you know what? Do the random accounts from other countries and bots approve of me living my life the way I want to live it? Or do I have permission just to enjoy life? They're so surprised at the idea that people don't live their lives based on what general consensus is, or the most emotionally fragile people are in the world. No, I just live my life. I turned off my phone. I don't give a fuck what you think. Why would I care what you think? I am a millionaire movie star, and you're some journalist nobody could even name or point out in a crowd. I don't care what you guys think.
So I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set. So
good.
I work, and then I go home and I go to sleep. So I didn't really...
These people are so dumbfounded. Wait, you work, go home, go to sleep? How do you achieve happiness?
I don't really see a lot of it.
I lost all connection right now, didn't I? Yeah, we're back. Yeah, if I talked about Stop Asian Hate, all of a sudden it just cuts it off.
Do you worry about that?
No. If somebody is closed off because of something they read online to a powerful story like Christy, then I hope something else can open their eyes to being open to art and being open to learning. And I'm not
being open to just thinking for yourself. Was it a big deal? In the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't. But if you're able to be whipped in a frenzy over a jeans ad and going in public and posting your social media video of you giving it the finger and saying, I'm going to boycott a place I'd never shop at anyway, nothing's ever going to make you happy. And you're always going to be captured by the Democrat Party and the leftists that tell you what your values are.
Gonna be affected by that.
Yeah. You've come here like really willing to talk about this whole discourse that doesn't have that much to do with you, and I'm grateful for that. Mm-hmm. Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself? The Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
We're 3 minutes in, and she's still trying to harp at her, saying, hey, I'm giving you the opportunity to apologize so this audience will accept you, because they never will. They're still going to throw it back in your face, and there's always going to be something new that comes up that they don't approve of, that they need you to pledge your allegiance to the woke. It's never going to stop, and she's smart for saying no.
Do you have...
The ad spoke for itself.
You think the ad spoke for itself? Yeah. Okay, and the criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like...
In this political climate, being proud of having blue eyes is a problem. Ridiculous.
Like, people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was
not
kind
about
of
superiority.
Like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Yeah. If I give a fuck, you'll know I give a fuck. That's what she's trying to say here. It's hilarious. They don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to open up your eyes, because let me know in the chat. You know, someone says Sydney Sweeney found out real fast she can make more money pandering to white supremacists, right-wing types than she can ever acting. She's self-admittedly broke. She knows she can't last in Hollywood, so trying to cash in, hence her relationship with Bezos. She's a propaganda tool. Like, so much projection here, so much self-hatred placed on her. But I think she's breaking out from the typical Hollywood elitists, the activists that had to go out there and say woke stuff. Like, I know it was you got Danny DeVito saying something stupid here. You had who's the Incredible Hulk on Marvel movies. He's always saying something stupid and liberal and woke. But who was the actress very recently? Let me know, chat. There was an actress that recently said something very based, and everybody's very surprised at it, saying, "Oh yeah, she's just like, you know, she doesn't care what they think of her." And then almost like a week after, she started bending over backwards to rescind her base statement. I forgot who it was, because I brought up this right here. It's Danny DeVito. Oh, am I? Yeah, probably that's what it is. Was it Keira Knightley? No, it wasn't Keira Knightley. It wasn't Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj hasn't apologized. It was Hermione Granger. What is her actress's name? Emma Watson, right? Keira Knightley? Was it Keira Knightley? Okay, maybe it was her then. But it was an actor that said something based, and they're like, okay, cool, whatever. And then immediately when they started getting backlash, they were like, okay, you know what? I pledge allegiance now. It's like, okay, if Sydney Sweeney can get away with it, you can. And now no longer you have to have the actors pledging allegiance, which makes it so the viewers and the fans of Sydney Sweeney have to fall in line with it. Because once she breaks free of the Matrix, if Danny DeVito doesn't have to say it anymore, Mark Ruffalo doesn't have to say it anymore, Emma Watson, Keira Knightley, they all break free and just say whatever they want and actually admit that they're probably conservatives secretly deep down inside, then they've lost the entire middle. It's already gone. Because this is how bad it's going. Like, I bring up the Stop Asian Hate thing because, you know, you see this from Coke's diversity training. Coca-Cola had diversity training that urged workers to be less white. And you can't tell me this right here wasn't the same. Be less white. Like, look at this. Allegedly from Coca-Cola, from the New York Post, saying, to be less white is to be less oppressive, arrogant. That's so bizarre. They say if you're white, you're arrogant. Whatever. Be less certain. Why is having self-certainty, like, why is being self-confident being white? I don't know. They say be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble. I'm sorry, but I don't think that I know minorities of saying, you know what? Maybe certain model minorities are known for being humble, but I don't know if there's other ones I would say, oh, they're notoriously known for being humble. I don't know. Yeah, Sarita Morales says Nicki Minaj came to our side now. Nicki Minaj came, in case you forgot, guys in chat, Nicki Minaj became based when during COVID, she had a cousin, I believe it, had a vaccine side effect and shared it. And then the entire mainstream media came down on Nicki Minaj, trying to make it look like she said a lie. And then also, like, Nicki Minaj called out saying, why did CNN march out their specific black female analysts? So they're black female journalists. Like, that's who they brought out to denounce her, to make her look stupid. It's like, wait, that made Nicki Minaj base. But they say, yeah, Coca-Cola, break with white solidarity. And then also you see this from The Economist saying, with Trump and Vance in power, many pro-natalists, people that want to have babies, okay, believe this is a moment to jumpstart baby making. Well, but some critics see pro-natalism as a part of insidious project to create a whiter America. A whiter America. This is insidious to say a white America. And they say, okay, wait, this is insidious. What did they say? Having more black babies was this. Like, it's insane to me how they just want to paint this as a negative thing. Like, oh, I think it's good if you have more any babies, if you're proud to be whatever. Like, you can be proud to be Asian, proud to be blonde hair, blue eyes, proud to be black. Like, you should have self-esteem about who you are. But the idea that only one of these is negative is nuts to me.